Alright, so this is the Shopsmith storage cabinet version 1 that I made. Cabinet, I think I got it at Restore, and basically added casters to it. One of those Shopsmith accessory mounts there, which is what the jointer is sitting on. And a whole bunch of ideas that had been brewing in my mind from storing different odds and ends, but especially the new 510 system that I got. And there have been some issues that I've been running into that I'm going to try to find solutions for. One of which being that these are kind of a pain in the butt to take off when you only want one of them, so I got to fix that. That turned out to be not as useful as I thought, especially since it kind of butts up against other things. So I'm going to find a different use for this side of the cabinet. As you can see, I've got different numerous fences and everything that I'd like to find a new place for, along with different inserts when I'm not using the dado setup over here. But the biggest thing that I think is going to be a challenge is on the inside here. As you can see, it's just a host of different accessories or whatever. One side will be more tools and accessories in easy to pull out form. The other side, I'm hoping to figure out a way to store manuals for the various Shopsmith things. And what I'm looking forward to is reconfiguring this wonderful drawer to actually be a little bit more useful and not quite so cluttered. Alright, so it's been a few days, and I might have gone a little overboard on my revamp, but I used up quite a bit of my scraps. So let me show you the differences here from how they had been. First one is that the single drawer there was pretty heavy, since everything was made out of 3/4 inch plywood. So I went ahead and made it 2 drawers and just a couple simple dividers for various things. I did switch out the hardware since I like the poles as opposed to the other ones. So on this side, I was able to get all of the Shopsmith manuals that I had, and then for any loose pieces, I've got that. Of course, I've got the caliper hanging there, and then on the inside of this one, I've got a spot for the various inserts, and then I've got just a plethora of other stuff down here. I haven't quite figured out how I want to organize that, so I didn't want to spend the time making stuff that I would have to unmake. And then of course all of that closes. And then over here on this side, I finally got a place to hang my chisels. They've been sharpened, but I've never actually used them. Someday I'll learn how to. Of course, as you can see, I might have to just be aware of that. Best intentions. Anyways, so when the joiner's up there, I'll just have to work around it. Okay, so back here, instead of one continual dowel holding up both of the tables, I just went ahead and cut that in half and supported it, so now I can take out each table at the same time rather than having to fiddle with both of them. Then over here I've got the tubes for the table, as well as the extending legs that are just hanging here, kind of clipped in so they can't move too easily. And then of course that just slides in and out. I've got the similar issue if I have the jointer up, where it just knocks into things, but that's a minor inconvenience. And then I've got the fence just sitting here ready to go. And then the last thing is the miter gauge. I was thinking of different ways of mounting it, but since I always have a fence on it, I want to have that support there. So I think it's going to sit there without any issue. I did add these little braces so that it can't tilt up. So, and of course it's on wheels and can be moved around to wherever. So version 2.0.